Dear students of 9A and 9B, lesson number 1, the Indus Valley Civilization. It is going to be re-explained since few old lessons where these videos were made. I am unable to present it because these are not playing. So it is only for your conveniences. I am re-explaining lesson number 1. First point, meaning of civilization. 2, origin. 3rd, extent of the civilization. 4th, urban planning. And 5th, town planning. Now, what is the meaning of civilization? Civilization is a system where a large number of people, civilization is a system that takes place with a large number of people's participation, with a large number of people's share, with a large number of people's common culture. This is known as civilization. Everywhere throughout the world, this civilization takes place. Now why? Because the growth of humans' development, the upliftment of human society led to the growth of civilization. Around 3000 BCE, Chalcolithic settlement began to grow into elaborate villages and gradually expanded into cities. So thus this period is known as the Bronze Age also. Why? Because the beginning of civilization coincided with man's ability to produce bronze. That's why this age also is known as Bronze Age. Bronze, an alloy of tin and copper. It was discovered by the people of that very age. That's why this Chalcolithic age also is known as Bronze Age also. Although human beings in course of time learned how to cultivate crops, but at the same time the stone tools, whatever they had been using, it replaced the bronze tools replaced stone tools, because with the help of bronze they gradually developed their skills in cultivating crops. So there came a remarkable development in the field of agriculture, cultivation. Besides, many people during that age got themselves involved in many occupations. Some of them became craftsmen, engaged themselves in pottery. Some of them became weavers, engaged themselves in weaving and jewelry making. Crafts developed, exchange of goods and food grains began. So this was nothing but the early steps of establishing trading relations with other countries of the world. As a result of it, they are established international trade. The people of during that period, during that age, they established international trading relations with other countries of the world. Now going to discuss about origin. Origin. What is origin? You know, in the year 1921, Dayaram Sahani an officer of the Archaeological Survey of India ASI discovered the Harappan civilization. Soon after, another officer of the Archaeological Survey of India, R.D. Banerjee, discovered Mohenjo-daro civilization. After the discovery of the two civilizations, the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, a number of sites were discovered as the sites of the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilizations. These were discovered in different parts of India, but Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, these were discovered from a place, at present it is in Pakistan. But many places at present afterwards were discovered by the archaeologists. These places from where they discovered many sites as the part of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization. The places from where they discovered it, these are number one, these are in Himalayan foothills to the southern tip of Gujarat, and some of its major sites are in Kalibangan in Rajasthan, and Chandur-daro, Kot Dizi, Amri, Sindh, Lothal, Dholavira in Gujarat, Ropar in Punjab, Alamgir in Uttar Pradesh, and Rakhigarhi in Haryana. These are the another sites of the same civilizations which were discovered from our country, India, by the archaeologists. So this is the extent of the civilization. Now, urban planning. What is urban planning? The Indus Valley civilization or Harappa culture formed the earliest urban civilization on the Indian subcontinent, and it is declared that it is one of the oldest civilizations of India. And at the same time, it is said that most cities had two divisions. Most cities had two divisions, means raised platforms and lower platforms. Raised platforms were known as citadel, where basically rich people lived. People whose earnings were much more high than the lower category people, they lived in the citadel, means a raised platform. And to be very frank, most of the important discoveries were done by the archaeologists from the raised platform or citadel. These were, the swimming pool, means great bath, granary, citadels. These all were the part, means citadels were the part of great granary, great bath. So these were the most important discoveries discovered in the citadel by the archaeologists. Why? Because only rich people were allowed to take bath from the great bath, and all rich people, those who earn a lot of money, they had many granaries. That's why so many granaries were discovered from citadel. Besides, the other sections separated by a wall. Why? Because most of the people belonging to low category, they were untouchables. That's why they were not allowed. They did not have any access to the citadel. Whereas the lower town had residential structures of the ordinary people. It is said that lower towns are the residential structures of the ordinary people who did not have any access to the upper towns or citadels. Next one, town planning. Town planning. What is town planning? The cities were built on which a system? The cities were built on grid system, grid, like modern day of New York and modern day of Chandigarh, with the elaborate drainage system and sewage facilities. The roads were about 30 meters wide. The roads were about 30 meters wide, and it is also said and it is also discovered that the roads had many rectangular blocks, and the buildings which are constructed on beside the main road, they had their windows facing the lanes but not the main roads, because they always disliked pollution, air pollution. They dislike air pollution, they dislike noise pollution. That's why their windows always faced the lane, not the main roads. There was also arrangement for street lighting. There was a system of arrangement of street lighting. Dustbins also were provided at regular intervals to keep the roads clean, neat and clean. Houses made of burnt bricks, and each and every house there was a courtyard to be used by the people, and inside the courtyard there were toilets, and there was a good system of private drains. Private drains also were connected with the main drains, and every day early in the morning there was a good system of disposal of usable water through the private drains, and then it would come to the main drains. And primary building materials was terracotta, though wooden doors, windows have been found. As I mentioned you earlier, that each house, no, I have not mentioned it, now I am telling you, each house had its well. Each house had its own well, and some even had attached toilets. There was a good system of lighting. They had a good civic sense. The people of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, they had a good civic sense. They had a civic sense. They always gave importance to cleanliness. They always avoid any kind of noise, pollution, noise pollution. They always avoided. That's why they always constructed their houses with doors and windows facing the lanes but not the main roads. Besides, the courtyards in each and every house were used. The courtyards of each and every house was used to play any type of games amongst themselves, and to enjoy for amusement purposes, for entertainments. At the same time, there was a toilet to the right side of the courtyard to be used by the family members. There was a good drainage system, personal drain, house drain, duly covered drain, and that drain was the drain of each and every house, personal drain of each and every house, and these drains also were connected with the main drains, as I mentioned earlier. Besides, there were many bullock carts which carried goods, and it carried goods from one place to another, and because trade and commerce during that age also reached to its highest extent, and most of the people were rich. They were happy. They led a very happy life. because of their enormous enormous joys, because of their enough income, and this income also led them to lead a very enjoyable, happy, and prosperous life up to this, my dear students. Next day, the remaining part will be continued. Thank you.